Hi folks, Daja Hao. This video is episode 2 in a series that will cover my experience playing the Chinese open beta of Where Winds Meet. Today, I'll be switching from multiplayer mode into solo mode to perform combat challenges in order to progress in the single player side of the game. Because I'm playing the Chinese version, I don't know the proper English names of all the various game elements, so pardon for any confusion, especially if you've already played the North America open beta. Today I'll show the 2 solo challenge sessions for ranks 3 and 4. For each of these you basically need to defeat 3 sets of mobs within 10 minutes. It's not very difficult as long as you move fast, play aggressively, and don't try to kite. Best I can tell, this style of solo progression boosts your stats and provides upgraded gear as rewards. In the early game, this is the only reliable method I've found to upgrade gear. Similar to Throne and Liberty, there are no classes per se, and your core skills come from your weapon selections. I'm playing with Sword and Fan. You could choose 2 weapons. And this is basically a DPS and healing setup. DPS with the sword and healing and some ranged attacks with the fan. I don't love everything about the combat, and I'll express some criticisms on that some other time. But one thing I really love is the way they mix unarmed combat with the weapon styles in the game. If you look at the clusters of icons on the bottom left, the right trigger actions have 2 unarmed attacks, which include the bear Tai Chi throw and the frog leaping belly flop. Meanwhile, the left trigger clusters of skills that have the yellow highlighting have the weapon attacks, and you can cycle through 2 weapons again. I'm using Sword and Fan. So if you're a fan of martial arts, you might really dig the unarmed styles and animations in the game. As a former grappling enthusiast, I'm going to try and hit the bear Tai Chi throw a couple times in these fights. Don't sleep on this move, it hits really hard. Okay, beat the first round in about 2 minutes. Oops, forgot one guy. I'll switch to Fan, cast Heal over time just for practice, and then do some magic missiles. It's really easy to parry in this game with this long iframe they give you to hit right button and landing. A parry gives you the YB heavy attack. I actually hope this feature somehow gets phased out as you progress. It seems a bit too obvious. It's like training wheels, more or less, and I can see it being phased out in solo play as I progress, but I'm not really sure. You can see sometimes those prompts tend to interrupt the action. You can see some status effects here, like I guess poison and fire that do damage over time. As a healer, it's not a big impact. About the camera in this game, so I'm trying to take out this group methodically by targeting that archer in the back. You can see I have target lock on him. But in these group fights, you kind of have to switch the target lock on and off in order to deal with multiple attackers, and it ends up being kind of a big mess sometimes. Controlling the camera in this game has been a challenge for me, I would say. So now I'll switch back to fan again. You can see my health bar at the bottom is down pretty low. And basically you've got like two healing options. You can see one counting down from 8, 7, 6. That's the heal over time. And the one above that is the one-off heal that you can use to target your teammates in the multiplayer mode. So we'll finish this guy off and hit level 21 and rank 3 in solo combat and get a bunch of loot. I see I got a fan, which I can use. Some of the other weapons, like 2 swords and spear, won't be able to use those, but if you want to switch weapons, you have some options. I have better drip in this second match. I don't know if this game is pay to win per se, but it's definitely pay for drip. Jury is out on this leapfrog move. It takes a minute to recover. It doesn't seem nearly as effective as the bear throw, and it seems like about half the time I get interrupted when I try to use it. There's that bear throw again. As you can see, the guy's seriously stun locked. On this second fight, check out the animations around the clothing. I can kind of understand how they're planned for monetization, might focus on cosmetics. I mean, this was like a relatively cheap upgrade that I got with buying the battle pass, and I mean it looks so much better than the basic gear. Now you can see that I'm trying to fight this guy with the camera lock off, and it's gotten really confusing. There's the charge attack that you use from holding down the Y button. I actually didn't even know that I could do this when I did that earlier challenge. It's very reminiscent of like Darkmoon Greatsword from Elden Ring. There's the frog move, and it does nothing. Charged attack. Sometimes when you dodge, you get that split image of yourself, like a mirror image. I'm not really sure how that affects combat though. I don't know where that bubble came from. There's a frog again. Just totally interrupted. But we get the throw in. And that throw rocked him pretty good. You can see he's stun locked. You can take one guy out of combat for 4 or 5 seconds with that throw. Frog move, and got him. Got him with the frog. I don't know, say what you like about how combat works in the game. I just think it looks really good. And whether healing is meaningful or not, I wish like the support classes had more than just a couple of healing options. Maybe something will open up later in the game, but it'd be more interesting if there are things like buffs or crowd control or something. Parries are really meaningful, you can see though. Like when you get that heavy attack, some of the bosses and the campaign fights, if you don't land the heavy attack with that YB button combination, you're just not doing any damage. Okay, perfect end to this challenge, taking him out with the throw and leveling up. Fun times. Thanks for watching, everybody.